Well, hi, everybody. Thanks again for joining me. I'm Sherry Sancholi, and this is brought to you by Live Well Naturally. Today, during our espresso chat, we're going to talk about inflammation. So stay tuned and let's get going. All right. So let's get started on my espresso chat. I'm Sherry, and it's brought to you by Live Well Naturally. So thank you so much and welcome. When I decided to do these little chats, I wanted them to be short and sweet, almost like a little coffee break, so that it would be sustainable for me to produce and more importantly, realistic for you to sit down and absorb. And I personally learn better when it's like little bits versus sitting down for big long sessions. So I love expressing myself about plant-based products. I want to help you learn. And so I decided to coin it espresso, like a little coffee break. So together we can learn how to live well naturally. A little glimpse into me. If you know me, you know this kind of tracks. If you don't, it just gives you a better sense of who I am. I was raised on the beach here in San Diego, and I love being on, in, and around the water. Spending time with my family and close friends is the most dear to me, and anything that has to do with dogs, music, beach, travel, adventures near and far are what really make me sing. And I was already healthy when I found doTERRA back in 2018, and I really got into it to support a friend who was doing it. But I found I felt better, and I was like, "Wow, I didn't think I could feel any better than I already did." But that was my experience, and in time, it made me want to share it with you. Like this has become a foundational part of my health and lifestyle, and I definitely am more present, have more vitality, less brain fog. And so it makes all these moments so much sweeter. And I wanted you to have the same experience. So that's why I've become so invested in sharing my passion with you. So today we're going to talk about inflammation, which I'm so excited about because I think a lot of us have moments, if not ongoing moments, of feeling the aches and pains of inflammation. And maybe you don't realize you just feel the pain and you're not understanding where it's coming from, or you're well aware that the aches in your joints are from inflammation. But there's some really key ways of addressing this. And so I'm really excited to help you with this. So these are some products that are going to help you. The first one you hear me talk about a lot because almost every time I do a one-on-one health consult, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the trio of vitamins and minerals and supplements are going to be part of the equation. They're just really a powerful trio of, like I say, vitamins and supplements for your foundational health. And so, of course, that's going to be part of this recipe. And we'll dive into this in the slide or two down the road. The next one is frankincense. We affectionately call it our boy Frank. I love frankincense. I've learned through my upline in doTERRA to stack my habits. And so I put I put frankincense and copaiba next to my toothbrush. So in the morning, I brush my teeth, rinse out my mouth, and then I put a drop of frankincense under my tongue. It's really good for inflammation. In fact, if you were only going to pick two things out of this slide, I would pick the vitamins and Frank, although turmeric is really powerful too. But it's really, really good for inflammation. The next bottle is Copaiba, which is the way you say that. We met people at convention that were from Brazil, where the Copaiba tree grows. And it also is really good for internal health, and it has an added calming effect. So I have that too stacked next to my toothbrush, but I enjoy that one at night after I've brushed my teeth. For the end of the day, I do a drop of Copaiba under my tongue. On the bottom, first one is turmeric. It's our patented dual chamber capsules. We're going to dive into that in the next slide. Really powerful for inflammation. And then the next three oils are also helpful: Helichrysum, Myrrh, and Aroma Touch, which Aroma Touch has a whole system that I'm going to do a class on um, because it's so worth it. But I wanted to throw the oil in here because it is really helpful for stiffness. Okay, so Lifelong Vitality, this trio of vitamins and supplements, if it's purple at the end, it's for anybody. If you're vegan, then it's going to be yellow at the end of the box, and that means that they've sourced their their omega oils, their fish oils from plants. No fishes have been involved. So, but the vitamins are made from real food, all of it, the supplements, making them bioavailable, which means your body recognizes it right away. It's like, oh, broccoli, kale, I know how to do this. It breaks it down easily, absorbs it more efficiently. The next box, the pink one, talks about the turmeric capsules. So we're the first company that have combined what we call our CPTG oil, turmeric essential oil, and that acronym stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, which means we promise you there's no synthetics in it. We also have tested 54 rounds of tests to know that there's no pesticides. It wasn't inadvertently contaminated or exposed to anything. And then lastly, we also know that it literally has a therapeutic grade. So our lavender, for example, has been tested for over a 5-year period. And at the end, our government coined it pharmaceutical grade because not only was it pure, not only was it lovely, but doing a control group of 100 people, they learned that it really did have an ongoing, consistent effect because we harvest it from 4 different countries. And the scientists and the chemists in doTERRA balance out how much to take from each region each year to adjust with the variables of weather and things we can't control. That's how we are so consistent and top notch in our products is we put a lot of money into the behind the scenes work, giving you a very consistent product. Okay, I could talk an hour about that. Essential oils, aromatherapy has been used for literally centuries. So when we inhale it, the scent molecules go up to the olfactory nerves, up into the brain, and they impact the emotional center of our brain. So it has been tried and true that they definitely have a lasting effect on us. And a really fun fact is it only takes 22 seconds for these molecules to reach your brain, only 2 minutes for them to be found in our bloodstream, and then only 20 minutes total to be found in every cell of our body. That's just mind blowing to me. So if you're feeling like, wow, these things really work, is it just, am I imagining it? No, it's been medically, scientifically proven that they are found in our brain, our bloodstream, and our cells. Okay, so other factors for inflammation, and this is something to ponder, is just be aware of our diet. And I don't even like the word diet because I'm counter diet culture, but what I mean by diet is our nutrition and what we're putting into our body. Be aware of which foods and beverages can create inflammation for you. I personally had a food sensitivity test done by my naturopath doctor. If you're in San Diego, reach out to me. I'll give you her information. That has really helped my aches and pains because there's some foods that are good, healthy foods, but my body doesn't process them the same. In the blue box, we have OTC standing for over the counter meds. You know, I could just spend an hour talking about Western medicine. I love Western medicine. I'm not against it. It's really handy. It keeps us from dying. But as far as like everyday ailments, I always go to natural Eastern first because it has no side effects. It's more cost effective. It feels more pleasant. I can expose it to my babies and dogs in my life. Don't have to worry about them getting a hold of things. And there's just a myriad of reasons why I have I've never been big on over the counter medicine, but the little bit I've done, I've slowly but surely switched, excuse me, over to plant-based products because you have nothing to lose to try that first. And then if you need to, go on to something else. All right. And then movement. It's hard to move when you're not feeling well, when you're feeling achy, but the worst thing you can do is just stay stuck. So even if it means taking a jacuzzi or a hot bath, going for a little gentle swim, walk, yin yoga, which is a lot of, it's restorative. It's a lot of holding a very relaxed pose for an extended period of time. All those things are going to help when you're trying to help yourself with inflammation. So, ways of enjoying all these wonderful products, we have what we call LLV, which is the acronym for our lifelong vitality trio of vitamins and supplements. You take one serving in the morning with your after your breakfast, another serving in the evening after your dinner, and it will dramatically reduce your inflammation. And then again, we're the first company to have created this synergistic dual chamber capsule of turmeric. And so the coumaroids and the turmerins, they they meet up upon ingestion, and that really maximizes the effectiveness for a healthy inflammatory response. Frankincense is really great for cellular function. Cobaiba helps not only that, but cardiovascular, immune, and digestive system. And all that's going to help you feel your best. And then, of course, Helichrysum myrrh and Aroma Touch are also really helpful for inflammation. So I'm kind of wrapping up this style of slideshow. We're just going to go through the end of May, and then I'm going to do something different for the summer. Just I want to do it long enough that you guys all get these wonderful tidbits, but I don't want it to become draggy or boring. So one of the last few times I'll go through this pyramid from the bottom up. The first four are all within your power, which I love. It's so nice to know that you have control over your destiny and your wellness. Nutrition, of course, we try to eat somewhat healthy. I don't think anyone does perfectly, nor should we. It's life, and it's has its journey. But with supplements and vitamins, we can make that right. And our digestion, it's so important to absorb what we eat. I love that expression we learned last week. It's not we are what we eat, it's we are what we absorb. It's so true. Movement and metabolism, it's so important that you stay in motion. We're going to do a whole class on our MetaPower line, which is all about metabolic health. Rest and manage stress. It's so important to sleep well and to not stress. I can hold something heavy for a bit, but if I hold it for too long, I fatigue, and I think that's a great analogy for stress. We're all going to have stress from time to time, but the longer we hold it, the harder it is on our bodies. Informs reducing toxicity. I almost skipped one. Anytime you can swap out a plant-based product, whether it be peppermint oil and water for an ant spray instead of all those chemical laden products for pests and ants and stuff. Your toothpaste, we have a great line of mint and On Guard toothpaste, and there's so many different ways we can swap out how we clean our homes and how we take care of ourselves, and with over-counter medicine swaps too. And then informed self-care, you're doing that right now. I appreciate it so much. And then lastly, we do need outside help from time to time. We personally have a naturopath doctor for our main primary doctor, but whatever works for you, trust your gut. So we do this every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Down the Time Zones live. So if you're catching this on YouTube and you'd like to meet me, you have some questions, or you just want to kind of have more of an interactive experience, please log on. It's the same Zoom log on information, 858-361-5312. Password is peppermint with a capital P. And I will look forward to seeing you on a Wednesday morning. Now, what else we have on our Wellness Wednesdays is the first, second, third, fourth of every Wednesday, we have something either going on or it's going to start in June. So, starting in June, the first Wednesday in the evening, we're going to do a DIY workshop in San Diego. The second Wednesday, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we do a customer orientation for anyone who needs that. The third Wednesday, starting in June, at the same residence in San Diego, we're going to do aroma yoga. I'm really excited about that. And the fourth, or no, not Thursday. We used to do Thursdays. The fourth Wednesday of every month, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on down, we have an orientation for anyone who wants to do this as a business. So I'm so good on my time. I'm down to just a minute. I'm really mindful of your time. I don't want this to become, something that feels like a burden. I want it to be an asset. So thank you so much for your time. If you need to get in touch with me, I do take text messages on this phone number, 213-531-2350. And then we can work out a phone call from there. You can also email me at sherry@livewellnaturally.us. My YouTube, which if you're watching it on YouTube, you might already know, but it's Live Well Naturally 123. And then my website's livewellnaturally.us. And that's the same handle for Instagram and Facebook. So I really appreciate your time. It's been fun hanging out. And you can catch me every Wednesday, Wellness Wednesdays, and also here on YouTube. Oh, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my community, and have a beautiful day. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye.